Hey ha ho hey. Ho hey ha hey ha ho hey. Ho hey. Hey ha ho hey. Ho hey ha hey ha ho hey. Ho hey ha ho. Hey a ho. Hey a ho. Hey a ho. Hey ya ho hey ya hey yo hey hey. Hey ha ho hey ha ho hey ha ho hey. Hey ha ho hey ha ho hey ha ho hey. Hey ha ho hey ha ho hey ha ho hey ha ho ha ho. Hey ha ho. Hey ha ho. Hey ha ho. Hey ha ha ho hey ha ha ho. Hey ha ho hey ha ho hey ha ho. Hey ha ho 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 ho. Hey ya ho hey ya hey ya hey ya hey ya ho. E ana o kane e shine ne nana no kana ona maka shine ne no maka ana ne e shine ne no maka ane e no ma aka ne e shine ne no ma aka ana amaka ane hey yo hey yo hey yo hey ha ho hey ha ho hey ha ho hey hey ha ho hey ha ho hey ha ho hey hey ha ho hey ha ho hey ha ho hey ho ho hey ho ho hey ho ho hey ho ho hey ha ho ha ho hey ya ho hey ya ho hey ya ho hey ha ho hey ha ho hey ha ho hey hey ha ho hey ha ho hey ha ho hey hey ha ho hey ha ho hey ha ho hey hey ha ho hey ha ho hey ho ho hey ho hey oh hey oh hey oh hey oh hey oh ho 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 hey ha ho hey ha ho hey ha ho hey hey ha ho hey ha ho hey ha ho hey hey ha ho 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 hey yo hey yo hey yo hey yo hey yo hey hey ho 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 hey 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 ho 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 hey 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 yo hey yo hey hey ha ho 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 hey ho ho hey ya ona ane ke she ne ne ma aka ana ma ke she ne ne na ma aka no hey ho the light of 1,000 suns is upon us the light of 1,000,000 billion suns is upon us hey ha na ha ne hey na 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 ha na ho hey na no kana e she ne na maka ana amaka e she ne na maka ano ona ma aka ani e she ne no ma aka ana amo she ne she ne na ma ka ana ne Ene ne ma ko ane ne na ana ma aka ne eshe ana ma ka ana ma aka eshe ne okana amaka eshe ne o ma ka ana ona mikishi she ne na ne eshe na ma aka o a she ne no ma ka ona ena ona ma ka she ne ona ma ka ne Ona maka eshene ene ne ene ne 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 na 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 na. Ocean ne 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 ne. Ne 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 do 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 do. Do 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 Shana aka ani isha ene ene o ma aka ana isha nene 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 ono mana akasha ene 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 o ma aka ane ishi. Hey ne 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 ne. Hey ne 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 ne. Oh na 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 ha na 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 ha na 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 ha na 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 no na 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 na. Hey ne 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 ne. Oh na 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 na. Ka she ne eshe 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 no. A ma aka eshe ne 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 no ma aka ano. Hey ho ha, hey ho ha, hey ha ha, ho ha ha. Hey she ne 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 ne. Hey ne 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 ne, 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 hey ne 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 ne. Hey ne 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 ne. Hey ne 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 ne. Oh no no. Oh no no. Hey ne ne. No na 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 ma ka na na. Ho ha 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 ho ha ha. Ho ha 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 ho ho ho. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Silence that you hear mostly is a sacred silence. A divine silence that I am experiencing. Something I would say beyond the ordinary. It's a dynamic other than the parking lot road is what I'm experiencing here today, sharing with you. You know, there's something in it. There's something in that silence. Beautiful spider web. the webs that we weave, we want them to be really nice, perfect, like a spider makes its web. The creation of our life, the creation of our mind, space, the creation of our manifestation in this world. The gift of this world is so profound, right? So profound. Just sharing, just sharing. Just sharing what Great Spirit, Akashila, the universe is offering us every single day. Even if we think, well, life is brutal sometimes. Well, we know that's all mind space. We know that's all creation of the mind. When we're out of balance, when we're not harmonized with our emotional, mental, etheric, and physical, when we're not balanced in our hemispheres, and our masculine and our feminine, and our letting go of the past, and not worrying about the future, living in the now. Just, I would say existing, but that word sort of, I would call it blissing or exercising, ecstasy, tranquility. Whew. Wonderfulness, wonderment. That's people that canoeing down the river. I hear children, family. I see animals, I see butterflies, I see little lizards, I see birds. The elemental kingdom. They say the elemental kingdom, they say the teachers of the awakening processes that I refer to. They say the elemental kingdom is waking back up, that it's been asleep, shut down from humanity's disbelief and humanity's disregard for the sacredness, for the respect of God in every single aspect, every tree, leaf, plant, moving object, the molecules in the air, the sunlight, the rain and the thunder and the lightning and the love that we have in our hearts for one another, for the children, for our families, and for ourselves when we're feeling really good, right? In that silence, there's a dimensional shift, like deep meditation, That's why it's good to get out out of the rat race, out of the everyday grind. You know, the humans, when a human focuses, I learned this in offensive driving, that we zero in, we have 10%. We focus on that 10% of our view. And 90% we don't see. Like when we're staring at the road, when we're thinking and driving and looking, we see 10%. But when we expand our perception, like animals see 90% around them. And they only go into 10% focus when they really have to focus on something. So most of the time they're living in the expanded. And the teacher Tom Brown Jr., the Apache raised international tracker and wilderness survivalist teacher, nature observation teacher. You look him up, Tom Brown Jr. Tracker School. Amazing, amazing. He says that you can practice, what he learned from the Apaches was to use splatter vision, which is panoramic, which is, you know, if you go like this to the size of your eyes, you see your fingers. So you practice just looking at this much. So I'm seeing all this view out here, right? Then you move your eyes and you keep that wide angle focus. He calls it splatter vision. You're seeing with a splatter vision. That's his name for it. When you're nature observation, you're doing that. And when you spot something, like you're just looking at the birds and things, and you see a bird, then you can focus in on the bird. Then you come back out and you look, and you're going to see so much more. You're going to find things over here that you would have never seen. And that's a way of teaching your sight to see beyond the physical even. Because you're seeing in between the space, between the tree and you. There's a lot of space, there's a lot of reality, or realities in between, you know. When people see things that are not there, or they see ghosts, or they see movement or colors, you know, vibrations. Some people even see fractals and geometricals when they're really, really deep. Whew. What happens is that it gives you the ability to naturally, you're opening your aura, you're expanding your aura to where you're naturally breathing in that much more life force, that much more mana, prana, chi, breath of life, because you're letting yourself just, you're not thinking, you're being. And Eckhart Tolle, that great teacher, enlightened teacher, says, beingness is infinitely more aware, connected to the universe than mind is. Infinitely. Because the mind, this part of the mind, the brain mind, the perceptions are so limited. You know, that's why in meditation they say contract. Swami Rama, great Eastern guru that has a big center in Honesdale, Pennsylvania. Not sure if he's still with us, but he would say contract the senses in meditation. Contract the senses. It's the opposite of nature observation, meditation. can track the senses so you're not distracted by anything. And then you go into the inner world becomes bigger. The inner world, the inner vision, the inner knowing, the inner guidance from the universe, your guides, your I am presence, and the master teachers. Hollow bone, hollow reed. And your spirit kicks in. Your soul, your essence, your higher self, your I am presence kicks in. And that's where that language comes out of me, from that place of stillness. Now the mind is, hemispheres are balanced. When you go in that meditation, corpus callosum takes over, it lights up the thin layer on top of the brain that connects two hemispheres of the brain, whole brain thinking. You naturally drop in the heart. You have your feet on the ground, barefooted. And those negative ions are pouring through you. You're connected with the 5D, the fifth dimension. The quieter you get, the farther, the higher you go. 6th, 7th dimension, and possibly beyond, up to 12. And you enjoy the food, the nourishment, the nurturing that nature gives you, the sun gives you, all life gives you, the river gives you, the elemental kingdom, the Devic kingdom. You know, all native people would say that each of the plants, each of the medicine plants they use, there's a whole conglomeration of medicine plants we use for healing. We've always used. Today we use the main ones in our ceremonies, which is sage, cedar, sweetgrass, and tobacco. But many we use for health and healing, such as the hape rape, the sacred tobacco, herbal, flower, bark, tree combinations that comes from the Amazon, ancient, thousands of years. You know, the psilocybin, the sacred peyote, the sacred ayahuasca. But that's when you really, really need to go, you know, super deep, super deep. Because the answers they're always here. Why are they here? They're reflected. This is a mirror of what's inside me. This is a mirror of how I'm feeling. It's a mirror of calmness of my heart, quietude. And all I have to do is ask my questions. So, if I have concerns or if I have things that I need answers for, you just ask. And there you go. It's going to come in. You're going to hear it. You're going to hear the little voice, your guardian angel. You're going to hear God's voice. You're going to hear the Christed light, the Christ self, the inner child, the wise elder, the galactic, the avataric self, the angelic aspect. All these aspects we have of ourselves. I've been doing it my whole life. You know, I've honed it over the years of doing the inner work, the healing work, the shadow work, the forgiveness of all phases of my life, childhood and middle age, and you know, painful things, the wounds, that are inflicted, you know, connect to past lives, connect to other timelines. Some people say it's not really, if you don't look at it linear, it's not past lives. It's all happening now. In the quantum, it's called timelines. Lighting my sage. Got my sacred crystals. This one just fell out of the bag of sage. And this sacred one here, it's called Aura 22. It's only been found the last like 10 years. North side of the Canada, north side of the Lake Superior, Michigan. And what's cool about it is that it's called Aura 22. It has 22 different minerals or 22 crystals compositions in it. So it has all those qualities that, you know, one crystal vibration you could feel. It's magnified that many times, you know, the different. So I set it there. You know, everyone should have an altar. I make a little mini altar here. My drum, my rattle, my bells, my crystals, sage, because, you know, all through history, everyone knows sacred altar. Everywhere, from churches to native ways. That gives a place for the spirit to come in. I mean, it comes through you, but you know, you're inviting it right through this. You know, I've honored the east, the south, the west, the north, the heaven, the earth within, and we've created a double tetrahedron. You know, and the sweat lodge inside the middle, and you honor those directions. And some people say if you took that double tetrahedron and spun them opposite ways, imagine that. That's a Merkaba, and they say that that's your core cosmic connection tool, because when you get that spinning, which I've been doing for many years now, you spin your Merkaba, and what you do is you take one. Anyways, it makes a spaceship. So that dome and that sweat lodge, it's like a saucer. And one of their ancient ceremonies of the 7 rites of the Sioux was the ball throwing ceremony. They make a ball out of rawhide and fill it with down, and I don't know how they did it, but they threw it, and I guess it would land just a certain way. And when in sacred ceremonies, they said it wouldn't land. It would float. It would hover. In real high ceremonies. These are ancient ceremonies, from what I've read, heard from the elders, believe, and it connects to our ancestral belief in star people. You know, the 200,000 galaxies, 200,000 universes, 200,000 stars in every one of them. So, as we know, we're not alone, but they say we're descendants. You know, our DNA is of the stars, you know, star lineages. It says many beings have come here that seeded over the millions of years that humans have really been here. Yeah. And the majority of them are benevolent, are good. Majority. And always loved Earth because it was such a cornucopia of goodness. You know, look at everything we got here. Look at all the planets that don't have life or water or whatever. There is life there, yeah, on a lot of planets, but it's etheric. It's on an etheric level. It could be within the planet. It's hard to comprehend that, but this is the teachings in the ET, extraterrestrial race communities of extraterrestrial contactees that we've written many books and teach, and many they have a conference that's been going on for many years. Used to have elders conferences and New Age conferences, and every religion, every culture has had these conferences, and then they developed one that was called Star Knowledge Conferences, and they brought in teachers that were wise elders that were connected, because once you're deeply connected to ceremonial ways, you learn all the things about the nature, all the medicine ways and all the healing ways, and the connection to the ancestors, learning, going through our growth, going through our lessons and our tests to become hollow reed, hollow bone, to become a vessel for the Creator light, whichever beings that is, whichever the angelics, the Christ beings, the native teachers, the elemental Devic kingdom. Each medicine plant has a chief. So when you go to collect herbs, you offer tobacco to the chief of those plants. You say, may I take a portion of your plants for the medicine? And Rolling Thunder taught us, he said, you never take more than half. You find a stand of something, let's say sage, you never take more than half, so that you ensure the life of the species. But whatever herb it is, you're going to give that sacred tobacco. Why tobacco? Because tobacco is the chief medicine plant, and all from Grandpa Wallace Black Elk, one of my elder teachers, Lakota elder, would say, from the tip of South America to the tip of Alaska, we're all the same. All us Indians are the same. First Nations people. We all pray a certain, all the same way. Four directions, we use the sacred herbs, we sing vibration, we healing, we honor fire, water, earth, and air, we honor every living thing. It's a technology, and it makes that, opens that doorway to the multiple levels within ourselves, balances out the emotional, mental, etheric, which is spiritual, and the physical. And that's when the true knowledge and wisdom starts to surface. It's really coming through us, but it's coming out of us. And the spirit, when you speak, they're using all the knowledge you have. All the experiences you've ever had, from your childhood till now, and all the training you've had, and all the healing you've gone through. They spirit guides pick up on all that, and they can talk about anything. They can talk about anything, but especially what you know. Sometimes they'll use language. Channelers will say, this person, they'll say the spirits are using a language or a context I've never heard before, so I'm not sure what they're saying. So they couldn't interpret it. They couldn't bring it. The person couldn't interpret what was being brought forth. And all these different info's coming in. And now what's happening more than ever is downloads. They're called downloads. We're getting these packets of information that'll come from on high. Because these are the times, right? These are times where we're shifting, from one age to the next. They call it the procession of the equinoxes. Every 26,000 years, we go through the Our universe, not sure if I got this right, the universe goes around our central sun. And so it's a whole new time coming, not just Aquarian age, not just 1,000 years of peace, not just Christ's return. An entire age. And as we do our piece here to help the transformation of Earth, this blessing, the whole universe gets blessed through this planet getting blessed, for this planet making this transition. It's not happening to the whole universe. If it is, but maybe, but it's really, from what I understand, it's Earth. Earth is the pivotal, right? Because they fought over this planet for eons of time. You know, it's been good. We've had supposedly we've had 7 golden ages, the Ascended Masters say. 7 times we've had perfect peace, perfect evolution, perfect consciousness. You know, you could say Atlantis, you say Lemuria, you could say Hyperborea, Antediluvian, but things we can't even conceive of. They said there was a civilization where the Sahara Desert is, where the Gobi Desert is, and the Amazon, and these were flourishing. They were civilizations, but it was worldwide. And that's back then. Way back we had our 12 strands, 24, 36, 48 strands of DNA, where we lived we weren't really physical. We were more etheric. We were more etheric. We were more one with the entire universe and the whole realm of star races and angelic races. And, you know, of course, the bad guys got in because it's a dualistic universe. So they're out there. You know, there's a small percentage that, you know, have wreaked havoc. There's a thing called the Galactic Wars. The Syrian Lyran Galactic Wars. Ancient. But those are all over. Those are way, you know, all past. But people have memories of that. Some people that are so awake have dreams of this stuff, remembering the starseeds, the awakening ones, come here with really, really high knowledge. And so they say they've used us, not used us, but we're like the pores from Mother Earth, the starseeds, the light workers. We're like pores from Mother Earth. We run this energy through, and we bring up the density that's been all through this collective unconscious. They call it a universal belief in 2 powers. Got started. Some people go back to Adam and Eve, separation out, you know, we're from the oneness. But I mean, there's all the myths and legends. And then the darkness, or the selfishness, or the physicality, or the materialism, or the, free will. We have the upper chakras, the lower chakras. We have 7 deadly sins, and we have 7, the sacred, or 12 spiritual laws that most people follow. The law of harmony, the law of grace, the law of peace, the law of plenty, the law of understanding, wisdom, gratitude, joy, bliss, ecstasy. And we know all the lower ones. So people come, it's planet a lesson, so they didn't learn. They went down, and these civilizations went down. These 7 ancient golden ages all went down from what the Ascended Master teachings say. And not because of the devil, not because of, the bad people, bad energies, or demons. No, it happened because the people let themselves, they lowered their vibration for one reason or the other. They were tempted, they bought into, the lessons of learning. When soul first comes, maybe they don't know what power is, or they go through these, they say we've been everything. We've been everything under the sun, every life. If we're an old soul, we've been drunks, we've been, hurt people and greed and every one of the 7 deadly sins we've been through. But we've also been the highest of the high. We've been saints and healers and angels on earth, earth angels. And now this is the highest lifetime. The earth angels, the ascended ones, are the awakened ones. We're like, we come back. We chose to come back and help this sacred planet to transform from third dimension to fifth dimension on. The fifth dimension is the dimension of harmony, peace, wisdom, understanding. It's all the positive from the heart up energies that are just, Saint Germain, one of the greatest ascended master teachers from the highest, he's going to be the leader of the next era of time, but without being a leader, because they're all one. But he's, as a teacher, he brought forth that violet fire, that violet flame. If you don't know anything about it, it transforms everything. It's the highest frequency. It goes into the other dimensions. It has the ability to transform anything, any density, any lower density, transform it into. That's how we transform things. That's really how we're transforming. The sacred white light, the gold light, yeah, all the sacred 7 colors, sure, they're all got that power. The violet force is the 7th, is the highest. So you can say things like, he says, with violet fire, you can say, sacred violet fire, miraculous violet fire. I call on the law of forgiveness. To the I am presence, the God aspect of ourself. I am that I am. You see a situation, you say, ask you to consume and transmute with the sacred fire the cause, core, record, effect, and memory of whatever's going on here. It's like a meditation, it's like a visualization, it's a prayer, and you say, it's a decree. We have this masterful part of ourselves that can decree things. You're not just asking God outside yourself, you're asking the God through you, through all the God in every single living thing, the spirit that moves in all things. You say, miraculous violet fire, consume and transmute. I call them the law of forgiveness. Consume and transmute. Cause, core, record, effect, and memory. Every atom, molecule, electron, molecule, every aspect of the situation. You could say from the memory or the pain or the wound or the mental thought you can't get past, or the emotional pain in your heart, or the bad dreams, or the pain in your body that's caused you, that all those thoughts and emotions, you think about them so long, they can manifest as a sickness in your body. You can consume and transmute the cause, the core, the record, effect, and memory, and set it all free from that which was never meant to be. And illumine the source of this lesson that basically I'm going through, the lesson that I'm experienced, that I see this and everyone involved, so that it'll never happen again. Illumine the source so it'll never happen again. Illumine the lesson, the source of the lesson. Whew. Boom, 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 boom. And they say transform it into, when you get in these teachings, these levels, they say transform it into Ascended Master teachings and the divine plan fulfilled, which is, we all are part of the divine plan fulfilled. We want a healed earth, we want a healthy earth, we want a healthy mankind, we want a healthy society, we want peace and harmony everywhere, right? We don't want any racism, we don't want any sexism, we don't want any separationism of any kind. War, for God's sakes. And so we're all doing this as pores for Mother Earth. hollow bone, hollow reed. The oracles of ancient, old oracles of Delphi, of Greece and Egypt and all the ancient civilizations. A medicine woman, a medicine man, a shaman, a healer, all they are is vessels. All they are is trained vessels to get out of their own way. Channels, channelers. Most of the books are written about spirituality are, why would you write a book? How much knowledge can you really have, right? You could say you have this, all this, what do you call that? Learned knowledge, all this scholastic knowledge through studying with the mind. Yeah? Well, it's way past that these days, because the mind is limited. If beingness is infinitely more intelligent than mind. So most of these books are being written, are being channeled. They're being brought through. Right? God, the angels, the Bible, it wasn't learned knowledge. It was all channeled. It was all channeling God. God, wisdom, knowledge, Sure, you got to have your experiences that go through it. You have your test to have your testimony. You got to have your, you got to have your breakdown to have your breakthrough. You got to hit bottom sometimes before you get on your knees and open yourself up to your higher aspect, your God self, your divine creator beingness, co-creatorship with the prime creator God. Right? Am I right or am I wrong? I'm not trying to be right. I'm just saying, can you feel me? Are you with me? These are just perspectives, just like all the rest. Or people wouldn't be watching this, right? So obviously we're letting this sunlight, this great sun, central sun. They say there's 4 levels of sun. Sun, central sun, great central sun, and grand central sun. Where are they? Are they in the physical universe? No, they're beyond the physical universe. They say the great central sun is the source of this reality. They say if this was a dream, if this was a simulation, if you close your eyes and that's the real world, you open your eyes like in the morning and you first open your eyes. Mary Thunder used to say, just open your eyes and squint. When you first open your eyes, and everything's blurry and all you see is energy. And she would say that's the real world. That's in between. That's the energetic world of everything is energy. Everything is energy. Molecules, at the speed of light, at the speed of space, beyond the speed of light. It's Metatron says it's 9/10 the speed of light, whatever that means. And then it's slowed down. The physical density of Earth, the 3D, is all these energy molecules slowed down. My quick story, the lady I had a 15-year relationship with, previous to 4 years ago, she had a drowning experience. Her name was Teresa. She had a drowning experience when she was 9, and she said she floated to the bottom, and she looked up at the water and was just sitting on the bottom. And then all she remembers is them having her in a boat. They saw her floating, and they grabbed her hair, and she had long hair, and got her up. And they said that her uncle said that she never even spit out water. She didn't even have water in her lungs. How was that? Well, she was obviously protected. From then on, she had like 6, 7 spirits, angels, guides with her. And she said they used to take her, and this is, I think she'd be okay with me sharing this, because it's part of my experience with her. But she said they would take her and travel the universe, among other things. And when she was out there, and this is a teaching for people, I think it's important, that she had no body. It was everybody was just light beings. It's like shooting stars,
passing. You were just orbs of light. Everything was light and energies. And she would come upon another being, and she would feel their life force and like interact, you know, for a second, just nodding, you know, like somebody on the street, like ships passing in the night, you know, hey, having a good day? Yeah, hey, all right, sail on. And I used to talk about the star people and all that, you know. She would say, yeah, but UFOs and all that. She goes, Jeff, it's still the freaking physical universe, man. You gotta get beyond the physical universe. The freedom is beyond the physical universe, you know? Beyond this realm and this psychic realm and the astral realm and that so many energies get trapped in, because it's all the negativity that's been created in this earth, eons of time, this collective unconscious that we're cleaning out. We're actually doing our work to move energies. You know, some of us actually know how to cross spirits over, many of us. It's just part of it. You come upon a lost spirit, or Indians would call them cemetery spirits, or people that we were having a sweat lodge one time at the so Teresa would tell me these things, and God bless her, beautiful lady. Wasn't easy for her to be one of those expanded ones, you know, on this dense earth. But learned a lot from her. Her and her team, I learned a lot. 15 years of it. So I'm trying to not get caught up to where I forget where I was. Hey hana 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 hey hana hey hana hey 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 Let yourself just flow, let yourself rise up, let yourself soar on the updraft like the eagles and the hawks, rising higher towards the sun, past the clouds, to the stars, through the constellations, the Great Bear. You can fly through the Great Bear, Ursa Major, the Big Dipper, right through that square. There's other universes, into the light, God's light, the heavenly realms, the many mansions. Hada hada heda da da heda da da dee 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 da da dee 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 da 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 dee 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 shoom do 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 shoom do 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 da dee 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 da na 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 kashi ne 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 na 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 ne ne no oh no ne 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 na 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 the lights, the vibrations, the colors, the frequencies, the swirling soaring, dancing. Whew. Just know your body is safe. We're protected through our prayer, through our altar, through our intention. Our guides are always with us. We just say, God be with me. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. It's the sun. It's a beautiful day. I have no fear. I have only faith. Huh. I'm not being distracted. I'm not being deceived. I'm soaring free. Free, 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 free. It's only dimensions when you come down through fear, through concern, through worry, through doubt, through beliefs. Oh my God, something could hurt me. No, you just let all that go. Whoof. Because I'm expansive. I'm one with everything that exists around this world. I'm made up of earth, fire, water, earth, and air, crystal, mineral, salts, fire, lava, iron core, crystal core, Mother Earth, the winds, the molecules, the electrons, all the elementals, everything we can't see. I am beyond this physical body. Ha ho shine eke o makaani ishinene mo akaana. My ancient language that comes through me. I don't have to know what it is. It's not made up. It's not a lie. It's not baby gibberish like someone said. Huda data shine akamo aka ishina ama aku ani ishi. Could be a language that was here on earth at one ancient 7 golden ages, or native cultures, or da 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 dee 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 da 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 da. I am of light, it's all of light, and just know it's light. Is the light more powerful than the dark? Is the light more powerful than the dark? Excuse me? You walk into a dark room, you turn the light on, what happens? The dark flees. The dark is only the absence of light. It's only an illusion. Light is God. Good is God. Frequencies of light, right? It's the higher vibrations, higher vibrations. It's only the density of the lower vibrations that they tap into all the darknesses that have experienced on this earth, when we look into history. And we're beyond all that now. History books, why do you think the kids don't want to study history? Why do you think the kids don't want anything to do with the past? Why do they think, you ask them on the street, when was World War II? Oh, 1800s. When was the Civil War? Oh, turn of this century? They don't know, because they're not meant to. They don't care. They don't care about that linear. They don't care about that darkness, because it's effing past all that. Because we don't need that anymore. We don't want it. It was programmed. It was programmed into us in the simulation. And now we're way coming into the light. This world is becoming one. It's entering the galactic federation of planets. Like I said before, the 49 planets waiting to go through the sun to the sun behind the sun. You say it's another universe, you can't think of it linearly. You can't figure this out linearly. You gotta think of it quantumly. You have to just go with me. You have to go with this flow. It's like in the Sweat Lodge. You're just like, the songs and that fire, water, earth, and air, and that heat and that, you just go, right? It's like plant medicine, you just go. Terence McKenna, the famous mushroom pioneer, said, don't worry about taking too much mushrooms. He said, no. He said, worry about taking too little. Because if you take too little, you could be sickly, and you could be all uncomfortable, and you could be all miserable, and up and down, and in between caught in You know, you could experience the astral or the collective unconscious of this negativity. So you take enough where you go, you expand so far past that in a linear sense, like from A to Z, you go past that, or you know, height-wise, you become in the oneness. It's a shift. 3D, 5D. Everything's separate down here. Everything's linear, time, past, future. You go into the oneness, you go into the quantum. That's where the patriarchal is ending now. We're going into the feminine, the divine mother aspect of God, which is the flowing, which is everything I'm talking about. I walk with the divine feminine, I always have. And this is speaking for her. This is speaking for the new realm of the flow of the dream time. You know, all the shamans, they lived partly in that world, partly in the next world. They could travel back and forth to gain information, because everything's available there. The Akashic records. You're really traveling within. The universe is within also. So I'm feeling the need to stop because I'm overwhelming people. But so just listen to this in segments. You know, if you feel overwhelmed at this point, please go outside. Put your feet in the dirt. Go hug a tree. Don't think. Just get yourself grounded. Eat some food. Take a lot of deep breaths. You know, get water on your face. The East Indians, the Hinduism people told me, rub your hands together, put them on your face. The electricity will ground you. You call yourself back. I heard this Archangel Metatron in his book, he said, I think it was a video, he said, ground yourself in the presence of your essence. I ground myself in the presence of my essence. I ground myself in the presence of my essence. I ground myself in the presence of my essence. Feel your body, that's the number one way. Feel your butt under your seat. Feel the, you know, wiggle your feet. Shake yourself, right? Come back. That's why after Sweat Lodge, you go out and there might be a cold shower you can take. There might be a jump into a cold spring water or tank, and then we close the ceremony, east, south, west, north, which I'm going to do now. And then you go and you eat. You have a beautiful meal. There's traditions all over the world. You have a great meal afterwards. You make a spirit plate out of paper plate or whatever, and you put all those foods, some tobacco, some sweets, some meat, veggies, you know, whatever you got. They like all that, and you give it and take it, go and take it to the fire, leave it outside, because there's a lot of beings that are still in our realm that are here to help us, that want to be, you know, be part of the ceremony. They want to, you know, spirit food, they call it spirit food. Maybe it doesn't make sense, but it's true. And then you close the gates. You close the east. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sing in the Lakota, the traditional ways, you sing a thank you song. The south, thank you. Go back to where you come from. The west, thank you. Go back to where you come from. Thank you. The north, go back. Thank you. The heavens, thank you. The earth, thank you. You kind of close that. The within your heart, close that. Thank you. There's some beautiful Lakota songs that don't belong to me, so I'm not going to sing them to close that, to say thank you. I can just use my own. Hey ya na. Hey ya na, hey na 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 na. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So I'm getting the okay to sing. Tonka oshe holapi yo. Tonka oshe holapi yo. Hemi tak you yo. Wanik tacha lena chechuelo haye. Tonka oshe holapi yo. Hemi tak you yo. Wanik tacha Lena chechuelo aye, Tunka Oshe Olapieyo, Imitakueo, Waniktacha, Lena Chechuelo, Aye, 4 times. Tunka Oshe Olapieyo, Imitakueo, Waniktacha, Lena Chechuelo, Aye. It's my Lakota and my native ancestral elders told me to sing it. Let's see if I can remember this one. Tunka Shila Pila Maya Ye Pila Maya Ye Pila Maya Ye Lo He Kashi Shila Pila Maya Ye Pila Maya Ye Pila Maya Ye Lo He Ayakuja Pila Maya Ye Lo He. This is why I don't do Lakota ceremonies, because I don't know all the songs. Tonka Shila Pila Maya Ye Pila Maya Ye Pila Maya Ye Lo He Ha 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 Maya Kuja Pila Maya Ye Lo He. I promise I'll learn that song, not for you, but for the honor of the Lakota Nation and my ancestors and the people that hold these traditions totally utmost true. And they know it's a learning process. We don't know everything, or we might forget things. And we do ceremony, the songs come back to you. So I will learn it. I will find it and learn it. Tunka Shila Pila Maya Ye Pila Maya Ye Pila Maya Ye Lo He Aka Aka Ayakuja Pila Maya Ye Lo He. Thank you, song. I will get the correct words also. not to put it out in the whole world, but so that I honor the nation that I studied with for pretty much 20 years. That's it. I'm going to end with a funny story. If you guys are still hanging in there. I'm talking like a maniac here. So I had a adopted dad. His name was Two Bear. Beautiful man. He passed on. He was half Cherokee, but he followed Lakota ways also. And Chief Two Bear, I don't know where his title bonnet came from exactly, but so his wife was O.C. Wolf. He adopted me to help me when I was walking out of the Red Road, and when I was leaving when I had my first divorce and moved out of Texas, and helped me walk through it. He worked with Native elders, spirit elders, and some local elders. And beautiful, beautiful, pure man. So amazing. He was blind from diabetes, and he really loved me like a son, and I loved him like a dad, and I needed that. He's an amazing guy. And no disrespect to my uncles. My Uncle Larry Hubble, my Uncle Sam Hubble, my dad Tom Hubble in spirit, my granddad Jake Gerald Hubble. Love them guys. And Charles Plummer. Love everybody. But this guy, he helped me, in a native way. A lot of times these native people have been displaced, and they've been sent to the reservations, and got sent to cities, and they had to leave the res, this, that, and the other. Everybody got displaced, broken families. And they would come back to the reservation to the Sundance Ways. And that last song I sung was a Sundance song. Thank you song. It was the end of the rounds or the end of the day. And I'm trying to be humble. I'm not trying to say I know it all, and I shouldn't be singing these songs if I don't know them. That's true, but I thought I did when I was singing it. So forgive me to the universe if I insulted anyone or disrespected anyone or the sacred ways, Sundance way of life. I'm still a learner too. I'm a seeker. I'm no elder. I'm a young, maybe elder in training or learning, still at the ages, in the middle of the road, So, my dad, Two Bears, he lived in New Jersey with his wife, and he'd come to all these gatherings, and we would meet up different places. We went to England, traveled around England, and did talks with several people, grandfather, Michael Bromley and his wife, Michael, and well, anyways, there's groups of us. So anyways, Two Bears, my funny story is, Two Bears always says, I'm just blissing out now. It's so long ago, 20, 25, 30 years, and sometimes you don't remember all the pieces. So he says, he would always say, I've got a lot of medicines, Janupa, I have eagle feathers, and I have different sacred things I've been given along the way, And he says, I was never given a buffalo robe. Never given a buffalo robe. Every time I see him every 6 months or something, and for years. And he'd say, and that's an elder for you. They're making hints, see. If they want something, they make hints, And you're the son, or you're his protege, or you're his student, or, so you're supposed to think about him that way, if possible, Think about him. Because you always bring the elders gifts. Whenever you go to see a native elder, anywhere, any teacher, you give them gifts. You give them nice gifts, an offering. In the native elders, you give them tobacco and you give them gifts. A beautiful blanket, Pendleton blanket, or buffalo skull, or sacred things that they could use in their ceremonies. Beautiful brass bucket or copper bucket for ceremony. For the sacred water, holy water to use that we pray over, and we drink it. We don't put our fingers in it. We drink that, pray that sacred feminine represents sacred feminine. Grandmother always prays over the water, and you drink that water and you felt like you never felt before. The divine goddess energy comes into that sacred water, to the bucket in those ceremonies, and my God, thank you, grandmother. They pray and they pray and they pray, and at the Sundance, we'll be standing out there so exhausted, and we want to rest, and grandma pray, and she'll pray microphone. She'll pray for 30 minutes in Lakota. Oh, finally she's done. Bring up the next grandma, standing next to her. She started praying, crying for the people in the nations, in the world. She prayed for 30 minutes. No kidding. Sincere, from the heart. Deep, and the universe. God consciousness and hearing every prayer. Then the next grandma, 3 or 4 of them, we're out there. Oh, banners. Oh, we can do this. Oh, legs are buckling. Some guys just collapse. But you're honoring them grandmas. You're honoring the aunties, the grandmas, the clan mothers that have carried the nation on their back. They said a woman is the backbone of the nation. Thinking of Grandma Shirley Barkley today, and her daughter Kathy. All these sacred people, women's that walk this walk. Grandma Sarah Smith, Grandma Anahala, Marie Thunder, my sacred friend, teacher Angelique, I think of Star Grimes, all these medicine women, I go through my head how these, Twila Nish, a mother of the Historical Society of the Wolf Clan, one of my teachers and my family's teacher back then. Heyana anama kanishine. What would we be without their sacred women? Nowhere. They birthed us. They're the real medicine woman. The Mother Earth is a real medicine woman, but they are the real channels. They're the real oracles because they bring life to this world, right to their body. That woman, she brings a life into this world, and she lives them till the day they die. The men can run off, do anything, or stay, be beautiful fathers, of course. But the mother has that intuition, she has that connection to the universe. Woman's intuition, I always trusted it. Mother's intuition, always trusted it. So Two Bears, he is like, yeah, Buffalo Rope. I go to my last Sundance, last time I went to Sundance. Lone Star Sundance, I honor our brother, Michael Hall, and Chief Mike Hall, and Chief Wally Newton, Chief Bear Rostall, his wife Sherry Valentine, and Glenda Gray, and all the sacred leaders of that Sundance. Beautiful way, beautiful times. And the Crow Dog family, and the chief's wife who passed on, his wife's Joanne Crow Dog, and all the Crow Dog families. I love those people. They helped me, family. They carried, taught me. They helped, put up with my stuff for a long time, All them chief sons, like Chief Pedro and Chief Anwa. I believe Anwa's chief, isn't he? Hereditary, sacred chief. And Richard, and Leonard Jr., Junebug, chief. They sell that beautiful Sundance up there at Crow Dog's Paradise, Rosebud, South Dakota. And Jennifer Crow Dog. All the ones that I don't remember, or know their names still. And Joanne's children, all her children. Leonard's children with her. So I'm just being guided, so not trying to insult anybody or try to put their names out there without their permission, or trying to, milk it or get accolades because I just brought up their names. No. It's love and respect and gratitude. That's all. So I went to that Sundance, I call Sundance, Lone Star Sundance, in Pastos, Texas. And I was in the sweat lodge. They were finishing there. Oh, everybody was finishing. We'd go do a short sweat lodge afterwards. And they asked me to run a lodge. I was running a lodge for all the firekeepers for 8 days. They keep the fire going. Through all the purification days and the Sundance, 4 days and 4 days. And then they called me over the microphone, over the loudspeaker. Horse, come on over, Horse. And I was in the lodge. I said, okay, we're going to complete now. We all prayed, have a good time in there. Never felt better. Never felt better in my life. It's my last Sundance because my Creator was taking me somewhere else. A new realm, a new day, a new study, a new evolutionary process for myself. And I finally go over there, and the chief, my call, hands me a buffalo robe. Half a buffalo robe. Big O. I said, oh, thank you. I was almost in tears. Shake his hand. Thank you. Honor to help in any way I could here. And so I knew exactly where it was going. So a few months later, I went to the East Coast for some work. Had that buffalo robe in a big O. One of those big bags, those carry-on bags or suitcase things. And my friend, lady, she took me up there. Can't think of her name right now. She took me to see my dad and his wife, Osi. And I go in the house and they said, my son, blind from diabetes. Like I said, he sees more without his eyes than he ever saw with his eyes. And we'll go over to give him a hug. He's sitting down. I said to his wife, shh. Said to the lady, took out that robe. Her eyes got big. I took that robe from behind him and I put it over his shoulders. And he went, huh? What? Huh? He's feeling it. And I'm hugging him from behind, you know, and he's holding me. He starts sobbing like a baby. Just sobbing and sobbing and crying and crying and crying. Oh my God, oh my God. He said, oh my God. He said, oh, no one ever loved me enough. Do this for me. He said, and then he started channeling the ancestors, the native ancestors, and he says, and they start saying, this is such an honorable day. This is such a sacred day. He says, in broken English, and he's channeling, and he says, they're gonna tell stories around you for years to come around the fire. Stories about you that you did this for him for years to come. It was like a flash of the old days, you know, sitting around the campfires telling stories. It was like so cool. He was so happy to have that buffalo robe. So I'm going to back up to one piece of this story that is so funny. So about a year before, he's always asking that buffalo robe. Well, he had a stroke. He was quite sickly of diabetes. And it affected one side of his body. And he got better, but he got his strength back. But he couldn't talk for a while. You know, his eye and his... he talked to him on the phone. So that summer before, I had sent a package to him with some leaves from the Sundance tree and some gifts, you know. And he says, and he's talking real slow. He said, open the package. Big old package, you know how you send those. He says, I took everything out. And he's talking real slow. He says, I turned it upside down. I shook it out. I looked inside. Still, no buffalo robe. If that's not Clackasassic Indian, First Nations Indian story, there isn't any. So, yeah. And then I told you how it ended. When he put it on his shoulders and he cried like a baby. Whew. So I'm ending here with my instruments. Just a short one. I'm talking all day today, so I know y'all gonna get tired and you're never gonna make it to the end. Maybe three or four listens through, you know. Hey yo, 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 hey, 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 hey yo, 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 hey ah, hey ah, hey ah, hey ah, hey ah, hey ah, hey yo, 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 hey ha, hey ha, hey yo, 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 ah, hey ah, hey yo, hey yo, ah, oh, hey oh, hey oh, ah, oh, hey yo, hey yo, hey ah, oh, ah, hey ah, oh, ah, hey yo, hey yo, hey, hey yo, hey, hey ha, oh hey, hey, oh hey, oh hey, ha, hey ha, oh hey, hey ha, oh hey, ha, hey ha, oh hey ha, oh hey ha, oh hey, hey ha, oh 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 hey oh hey, oh hey, oh ah, oh hey, oh hey oh, hey oh hey oh A special shout out for all the sun dancers that are on the move, headed to the sun dances this summer. There's dozens and dozens and dozens of sun dances around this country. It was lost from the government after they've always been Dance to the Sun forever, in eternity. And government shut them down in the 1940s. Grandfather Frank Foolscrow, Eagle Bear, was one of the main elders to fight for the rights of the government, bring that Sundance back. Hey ha ho, hey ha ho, hey ha ho, hey ha ho. thousands of sun dancers around this country. They transform the densities of this world. Hey ha ho, hey ha ho, hey. Woo hoo! For the children. Hey ha ho, hey ha ho, hey ha ho, hey ha ho, hey ho, hey ho, hey ho, hey. I just want to go on and 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 on So there's going to be a sweat lodge somewhere in your area you should get to. Every area has sweat lodge. You find somebody that's really been trained, somebody that runs it correctly, that really feels pure and good, and you get the good vibes. Not that nobody runs it bad, but you know, it could be just what you resonate to, you know. Maybe a woman runs it, or a man runs it, or a certain tradition, or you know, they really feels pure. It really feels wonderful, and you come out, get that breath of life back. You get that newness. You get that refreshment. You know, it doesn't go on and on forever. You know, I think they're meant to go hot, fast, and you know, not that long. Should be done over with in 2 hours, from what my experience. So that you don't get burnt out, or you don't get, you know, melted. You know, like soggy. You know, you want to come out fresh. You don't want to be just exhausted and wore out. You know, it's not the gym. So, because it's a lightning fast. You know, it's that fire, water, and those lightning powerful angelics and those ancestors come through, and those elements and everything come together and wakes you up on every level, sparks your every cell atom down to your DNA, cleanses anything you don't need, snaps it out fast, quick. Make it quick, make it good, make it strong. Let everybody pray. You know, let people pray in there. Do a healing well. You know, because that medicine's there. Don't just talk all the time like I do. Not lodge, but these. And so, you know, that's how the medicine, use that power of that medicine. The elders would say, do things fast, do things fast. Keep moving, keep moving, keep it moving. Many blessings. Love you all.